Deformers. Deformers are a great way to model something out. Let's take, for instance, this. I'm going to take interactive creation, turn that off, and then I have this cylinder. Okay. What I'm going to do is add some sections to it, some spans. So in this, I'm just going to up these a little bit. Now for the height one, I need to add some, but for the cap, I don't need to add too many. The cap I can actually take all the way down if I wanted to. This is just an example, and I need more of these this way to show this example. I can also get away with maybe lowering that. So a deformer is a way of taking an object and adding a little bit of like a curve to it, a taper, a twist. They are located under the animate menu, so you can go in here and say create nonlinear bend, flare, sign, squash, or you can go up to the deformation tab. Either way. Let's look at bend, for example. I often get this, I need to make a pipe or something that goes like this, but I don't want to take the time to extrude polygons and then rotate them ever so slightly. So what I can do here is there's this little tiny line in the center that's almost next to nearly impossible to highlight. And once you get a hold of this line, and you can usually do it by going like that with 4 on the keyboard for wireframe, I can go in here and say bend. And I can say, well, I need my curvature set, and I can bend this. Now, oftentimes I just need maybe the top portion bent. Well, I can do a high bound on it or a low bound. In this case, if I need the top portion bent, I take the low bound and turn it to 0, and the high bound I keep the same. So that's a great way to make rails. And again, you can go into the inputs on this thing, and let's say I didn't need that many subdivisions. I can now lower it down, and I can get that shape still and decide how many polygons I really need to pull off that design. So that way I can make like maybe a low poly pipe that comes out of a character's mouth into like a breathing apparatus or something like that. It's a very neat way. And another thing you could do is add 2. Let's say I need only these vertices bent. Well, I can go in here and create a nonlinear bend, and now only those have that bend. Here's bend 2. I can say curvature, and I can curve this way. In this case, my low bound, I want that bent, but my high bound, I want to go like that. So now I can bend just that end a little bit. Alright, now that's the bend attribute. I got a couple tricks I want to share, so I want to cover this one. Please move on to the next video where I can cover some more of these.